What is up, guys? This is Dead Ted here, and I'm putting some LEDs in my truck, so I figured I'd take a video and show you guys how I'm doing it. This is my little Dodge Dakota that my uncle gave me. Most people don't really like Dodge. I happen to like Dodge. Truck hasn't given me too many problems other than some problems that are expected of a truck that's got over 200,000 miles and is as old as I am. I mean, I'm not like super old compared to other people, but for a vehicle, it's not that new. It's a 98. So, yeah. Things you will need is obviously some LEDs. I got... Who are they made by? This does not seem to say. Well, it doesn't really say who they're made by. This is what the packaging was. There was that on there. Some instructions that I did not use. Okay. They're made by Alpina. Or that's where they were made, I don't know. Multi glows LED. Yeah. Okay. So the other things that you will need is you'll need, first of all, check your sorry about that. Got my truck in not in park, and the keys were still in it, so it started beeping. First thing you need to do, well, one of the first things you need to do, I guess it's not the first is probably buy some LED lights. But you need to find where your fuse panel is and make sure that you've got fuses in all the spots that you need them. Then the other thing that you want to do is if you don't have fuses in all of them, you need to look at the door of it. Will usually have a thing telling you what each of the fuses are for. I am using my cigarette lighter, the cigarette lighter fuse for my LEDs, because with my truck, I don't know about other vehicles, but with my truck, when the cigarette lighter will only work when the ignition is on, so that way my LEDs aren't on while the truck isn't on, so it doesn't kill my battery, in case I were to forget to shut them off after I shut the truck off. But if you're not worried about that, then you could plug them into a different spot, but I chose a cigarette lighter. Another thing you could do is the ones for your dome light. That would work too, but then it would only be on when you open your door or turn your dome light on. And some people want that, but the ones that I got have a little control thing right here. Can't really see that. I've got a control panel little thingy that have a power button and stuff. Choose all different kinds of colors. Looks real nice. You can also, this button right here will turn on like a rainbow type thing, so it'll just like flash through all the colors. And if you just want to select one color, you click this button right here and then you choose your color, and it'll just show that one color. But so the simple, easy, not best way to do this with the fuses is you pull your fuse out, and that one with the blue one with the number 15 on it is my cigarette lighter fuse. So I pulled that out, stripped the red wire at the end of it, stuck it in the fuse hole, and then shoved the fuse back in there. That is the easiest way to do it that I know of, but it is not the best way to do it. And I have the thing to do it the best way that I know of, but it wasn't working for me, and it's late, and I just didn't feel like messing with it anymore. I kept messing with my truck and stuff, and my truck's really loud, and I was getting in trouble for that, and I got a lot of neighbors. Truck's really loud. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and people want to sleep. I don't know why. But, what you want to get is, here it is right here, one of these. So what goes on here is you'll pull out the fuse that has the spot that you want to put it in, then you'll stick this in there, and then the fuse plugs into, you can put 2 fuses in here actually, and you put it in one of the ports. Now I could not figure out exactly how to use this, so I don't know if you need to put 2 fuses in here. I don't know if there's a certain port that the fuse has to go into, but then after that you stick that red wire that I jammed into the fuse port, you stick into the end of this, and then you like crimp it, I think. But so that's what you do with that, and then that's your positive line, and then you have your negative is that black one right there. And this also is not the best way to do this. I did not have an end to put on it to bolt onto there, so I just pulled that screw out, stripped the end of the black wire, wrapped it around the screw, and screwed it back in. Best way would be to get a it's a little thing that you stick the end of the stripped wire into, and then you crimp it or solder it or however you want to do it, and then it's just got like a washer on the end of it that would go around that bolt, and then you'd put the bolt back in, or screw in this case. But you got to ground it somewhere, and then you can see my wire goes down, so it goes down under there, and then let's see if you can see up in here. Right up in here, the cable comes right there, and then I pulled the cable up through the steering column-ish type thing. I pulled it through there, and then the cable runs down to right here, and then I've got my little control panel thing right here. Now my next step is, I'm thinking, it's got a adhesive on the back of it, so I'm thinking I'm going to have it pull through just right there, and then I'm going to have this thing stuck on right there. I'm thinking like right there, because I mean I got nothing there. Once I put my dash thing back on there, it should be fine. And then what I will do is I will run these cables that go to the actual LEDs. One will go under and to the left, and then one will go under and to the right to go under the dash over there. But that's really all you have to do. It's pretty simple. Really not hard to do at all, actually. I wasn't sure how it was going to work. You can also get, if you don't want to have to do any of this wiring crap or anything, from what I've heard, it does not work as well. They're not as good, and they don't last as long. But you can get them to where, just instead of having all of the wires that you have to strip and crap, it just plugs directly right into your cigarette lighter. But then you lose a cigarette lighter port to charge your phone or something. But I could have done that, because I've got this thing right here, AC/DC inverter thing, and so it's got plugs for actual like house plugs. So this plugs right into one of my cigarette lighters, and then I can just plug my regular house charger right into there, and it's got 2 of them, or I can just use the USB of my house charger and plug it in right there. So I can be charging 4 things right there off of that thing, and then I still have this open cigarette lighter over there. So that would have worked for me. But I had heard bad things about those, so I decided that I was going to do it the long, hard way. It's not really long or hard. The only reason it was time consuming for me was because I couldn't figure out how to get this stupid thing to work. So I just did it the simpler way. And I've already got it. I already tested it before I started running the wires places. The lights turn on. I'd show you that right now, but I'd have to start my truck, and I had a complaint about that. So understandable. Truck's loud, waking people up, people trying to sleep. Wouldn't bother me that much, but whatever. So that's really pretty much it. In the morning when I go to leave, I will take a quick video of it, show you guys the lights real quick, and it's really all I got right now. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up, put my dash back together, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, what is up? I'm back. I just realized, stupid me, that I don't have to actually start the truck to get the stuff to work. All I have to do is push the key all the way forward and the stuff will turn on. Turn off my fan real quick, off the radio. And so here are my LEDs right here. They're very bright. And these cost about 35 bucks, I think. Wasn't too much more than that. Came with 2 strips that are about like 6 or 8 inches. 2 strips, and then it's got all kinds of cable that came with it and already soldered and everything together, so you ain't got to worry about none of that. And then come over here to the control thing and you click this one. It's got 2 dots on it. That'll turn it to the rainbow setting thing. Then the gray button that's right next to that has 1 dot on it. You click that, then it'll make it show just one color, and you can click and choose which of the colors you want it to choose, like green, and there's just a whole bunch of other ones. I can't really see what color they are. Red is probably what mine's going to be set on most of the time, because as you can see, I've been painting. Looks kind of orange on the camera, but it's red. I've been painting stuff in here. The dash thing that goes right here is painted red. The truck is currently green with black rims, and I plan to get the truck painted black, and then I'm gonna paint the rims red, and so it'll all match. Mirrors red, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's really all I got. Show you the lights, and so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna clean this up and stuff. Then I'll show you guys what it looks like after it's all cleaned up, dashes put back together, and all that. Okay, so I've got my dash panel thing, whatever you want to call it, is back on here. Just snapped right back into place. And so now, next thing to do is I take this right here, and on the back there's a thing I need to peel off to use the whatever the heck that's called. Can't even remember what it's called now. Peel this off, and there's sticky stuff on there that you stick on there. Can't remember what it's called for whatever reason. I said it earlier in the video. Adhesive. There's adhesive on the other side of this. So I gotta peel this off so I can use the adhesive and stick it on right there. So all you have to do is pull that thin red stuff up. It's thin plastic. Mine happened to be red. I just pulled that off, and now you just take it and you just stick it right where you want it and just push really hard, and hold it for a few seconds. Make sure it's on there good. Hold it for like maybe 10-15 seconds. Probably don't need to do this, but I'm going to just because I want to make sure it stays. Don't want it falling down and getting in my way, or falling off and then the sticky stuff not being sticky anymore because stuff gets stuck to it. Okay, so that should be good. Now, or it's not going to be good and it just... Okay, so since my adhesive on the back of this stupid panel, color switcher panel thing, does not seem to be working very well, I went and I grabbed my own roll of adhesive stuff. It might not even be what it's called. But so if this doesn't work, I'm gonna go grab my hot glue gun because I couldn't find any double-sided tape. So I'm gonna try this stuff real quick. How it works is it's just like a roll of tape. Peel some off of it, just like that, and then you cut off however much you want. And then I tore it off at one point. And then you stick it onto whatever you want to stick it onto, and then this red stuff peels off just like it did with the thing on the back of that panel. So I'm going to do that real quick and be right back. Okay guys, so since the adhesive didn't work on the panel itself, I tried using my other adhesive that I had. That didn't work either. Tried using the hot glue gun. That didn't work either. And I don't feel like trying anything else right now. I'll figure something else out eventually, but for now, it's just going to dangle there. And so then those two cords are for each of the LEDs strips. And so I hope you can see it. I can't tell what I'm pointing at, but up in there is the LED strip. And I didn't really have anything to stick them to, so I zip tied them on there. Not too tight so I didn't ruin the LEDs. They're just on there enough to hold them in place. Then the cable for the other one runs from right there, and then it goes under the carpet right there, over to there, and then it comes out on this side over there. Right there, comes out. Then it goes up and then up there, and then under there it's the same kind of deal where it is zip tied up in there, so that for one, easier to reuse if I were to want to reuse them, and also I just didn't really have anything under there that I could just stick them to without the lights themselves being visible. So I'm gonna real quick, I'm going to stick my key in and turn them on and see how they look. If I can find my keys and all this mess of tools and stuff. There we go. Stick this in there. Turn that on. Turn off the dome light. Turn off my flashlight. And now try and turn this on. Yep. Okay, so there's the red. Can't really see it that well in this video. But let's see if I can get the rainbow thing to turn on. There we go. There's the rainbow thing. Step out of the truck real quick and see what it looks like from the outside. From my view, it actually looks really good. You can't really tell in the camera, but it's actually, they're really pretty bright. And another cool thing that you can do is on the little panel itself, there is a button right in the middle, and when you press this is what happens when you press the button in the middle. It adjusts the brightness. There's a bunch of different brightness levels, and every time you press it, it gets a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter, a little bit brighter until it gets to the brightest, and then the next time you click it, it goes to the dimmest. So, that is the installation of LED lights. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I will answer them to the best of my knowledge, and if I don't know the answer to the question, I will find somebody who does for you. So, see you guys next time. The next thing I'm probably going to be doing is, I might show you how I installed my speakers. I got new aftermarket speakers in my doors. You can see them right there. They're got a chrome skull with red LED eyes and the speaker itself. And so those were only, I think, like 20 some bucks that I got off Amazon. The speakers that I had in this were basically blown. They were popping all over the place, so I had to get new ones. Don't have that much money, hence those, and they also look sweet. But for Christmas, I'm hopefully getting some new speakers, and pretty soon I plan on getting subs that are going to go in my back seat. So I will do a video on how to install those, and yeah, so see you guys when that happens.